Paul George's influence on NBA playoff history. Paul George has been a prominent figure in the NBA for over a decade now, and his impact on the league's playoff history cannot be overstated. From his early days with the Indiana Pacers to his current stint with the Los Angeles Clippers, George has consistently been a force to be reckoned with in the postseason. In this article, we will explore some of the key moments in George's playoff career and examine the ways in which he has left his mark on the NBA playoffs. Early playoff success with the Indiana Pacers. Paul George burst onto the scene in the 2011 to 2012 NBA season, his second year in the league, and quickly established himself as a rising star. He played a crucial role in leading the Indiana Pacers to the playoffs that season, where they made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals before falling to the Miami Heat in a hard-fought 7-game series. George's performance in that series, particularly his 28-point showing in Game 6, cemented his status as a player to watch in future postseasons. The following year, George and the Pacers once again advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals, this time facing off against the Heat once more. Despite falling short of a trip to the NBA Finals, George's standout performances in that series, including a 36-point outburst in Game 5, further solidified his reputation as a clutch player in the playoffs. Injuries and setbacks. Unfortunately for George, injuries would soon derail his promising career. In the summer of 2014, he suffered a gruesome leg injury during a Team USA scrimmage that sidelined him for nearly a year. Many doubted whether he would ever return to form after such a devastating setback, but George proved his doubters wrong by bouncing back stronger than ever. George returned to the court in the 2015 to 2016 season and once again led the Pacers to the playoffs, showcasing his scoring prowess and defensive tenacity on the game's biggest stage. However, the team's lack of supporting talent ultimately proved to be their downfall, as they were unable to make a deep playoff run in George's first season back from injury. A new chapter with the Oklahoma City Thunder. In the summer of 2017, Paul George was traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder in a blockbuster deal that paired him with fellow superstar Russell Westbrook. The duo formed one of the most dynamic duos in the league and helped elevate the Thunder to playoff contention once again. In George's first season with the team, they made it to the first round of the playoffs before being eliminated by the Utah Jazz in 6 games. The following year, George and the Thunder made a deeper playoff run, advancing to the Western Conference Finals before falling to the powerhouse Golden State Warriors in a hard-fought series. George's stellar play throughout the playoffs, including a near triple-double performance in Game 5 against the Jazz and a 36-point outburst in Game 3 against the Warriors, further solidified his status as one of the top players in the league. Joining forces with Kawhi Leonard in Los Angeles. In the summer of 2019, Paul George was traded to the Los Angeles Clippers, where he teamed up with reigning Finals MVP Kawhi Leonard to form a dynamic duo that many believed could bring a championship to L.A. In his first season with the team, George once again proved his worth in the playoffs, averaging over 20 points per game and playing lockdown defense against some of the league's best players. The Clippers made a strong playoff push in the 2020 postseason, advancing to the Western Conference semifinals before being upset by the Denver Nuggets in 7 games. Despite the disappointing end to the season, George's impact on the team's playoff run was undeniable, as he averaged over 20 points per game and showcased his versatility on both ends of the court. Looking ahead. As Paul George continues to make his mark on the NBA playoffs, it is clear that his influence on the league's postseason history will be felt for years to come. With his scoring prowess, defensive tenacity, and ability to elevate his game when it matters most, George has proven himself to be a valuable asset to any team in the postseason. As he enters the later stages of his career, one thing is certain: Paul George will continue to be a force to be reckoned with in the NBA playoffs for years to come.